Garden in a Bucket, a 4-H hydroponics project. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what plants need, what kind of nutrients they need to grow and be healthy, where they get these nutrients from, and then what happens to the plant if there's not enough nutrients around for them. So, we already know that plants make their own food, but just like we eat food, sometimes we also take our vitamins, I hope. So this is kind of like vitamins for the plant. Things that they need to help them grow strong and produce lots of fruit, or in the case of lettuce, lots of healthy leaves for you to eat. There are 18 essential nutrients that the plant has to have in order to grow and to live. That's a lot of nutrients. Fortunately, some of them are easy for the plant to get. We've got carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Those are called macronutrients because they need lots of them. The carbon, the hydrogen, and the oxygen all come from the carbon dioxide in the air and the water that they take in through the roots. There are 3 more micronutrients that's really important. That's nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. In fact, most of your fertilizers have nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in there for the plant. And then there are micronutrients, and there's a lot of them. Micronutrients are nutrients the plant just needs a little bitty amount of. Iron, boron, copper, chlorine, manganese, molybdenum, that's a mouthful, zinc, cobalt, and nickel. So, why do the plants need these nutrients so badly? Well, nitrogen is the main component of chlorophyll. And if you remember, chlorophyll is that pigment where all the photosynthesis takes place. Nitrogen helps plants grow nice and strong. Well, what happens if there's not enough nitrogen? The plant's going to start to look yellow because those chlorophyll pigments are going to be less and less. And then phosphorus, that one keeps the cell membranes nice and sturdy, so your plant doesn't get mushy and gooey. If there's not enough phosphorus, you'll be able to tell because the plant might turn reddish or purplish. And then if it's a plant with fruit on it, the fruit may drop earlier. It might not make very much fruit at all. And then potassium helps plants deal with stress like drought or cold weather. So if there's not enough of that, you can get reduced yields, which means less fruit. Or you can get yellowing veins or leaf margins. The plant might even start to roll up around the edges of the leaves or curl up. So, how can we be sure that your plants in your grow bucket are going to have all of the nutrients it needs? Well, you're going to use your fertilizer that your teacher has there for you, and then it's very important that you check your pH. So the water in your bucket has been checked by your teacher, or maybe you got to help with that to see what pH it was. pH is just a measure of how acidic or basic something is. It could be soil, it could be water, whatever your plant's growing in. So a pH of 7, we say that's neutral. Anything below 7 is acidic, and anything above is basic. So plants like a pH of between 6 and 7.5, somewhere like that, slightly acidic. Now the problem is if the pH is not right, if the pH is too low, then no matter how much nitrogen and how much phosphorus and how much potassium you put, the plant can't use it. It's not available to the plant unless the pH is right. So you can get these deficiencies. What we mean by deficiency is having not enough. So you have not enough nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and then you'll start to see the yellowing leaf veins or whatever like we just talked about. And then what happens if the pH is too high? If the pH is too high, then those micronutrients might not be available. So you can do some cool experiments with your bucket by changing the pH of the water and seeing what happens.